Hello. It is time. Oh, my camera's way off center there. That's really confused me.
Yeah.
Should probably check that before. But hello, welcome to the Shifty Crab podcast, The Tales of the Tarnished. I am joined by the Elden Ring guru, the guy who has guided me through lots of elements of this game. It is Mr. Vince Haley, the best beard in the business. Vince, how are you?
Doing well. It's a lovely day to talk Elden Ring.
It is always a lovely day to talk Elden Ring. Yep, Vince's camera has decided today is not a day to play ball, but he is here, and we're going to basically do a special podcast. Terry can't join us today. He's a little bit further behind in Elden Ring as well, so We're going to have a little bit. Neither of us have finished the game. We're at very different areas. But we're going to talk about our experiences, maybe give ourselves... definitely Vince give me a lot of advice. And we'll see where we're at and what we found and what we enjoy and what we don't enjoy. And yeah, just have a bit of a... What would be a normal segment on the podcast Tales of the Tarnished is going to be the whole podcast.
Yeah, because there's a lot to talk about this game.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
There is a lot. But Vince, let's start with, first of all, how are you?
Oh, doing well.
Doing well. And whereabouts in the game are you right now? Like, where is your current sort of location?
My current location, like a few minutes ago when I jumped off, was at the Grand Lift Dectus.
The big lift.
Yeah, the big lift. Which, hell, it's hard to put a placement on how far into the game you are.
Because you could get there straight away, really, if you wanted to. Like,
oh, yeah.
You would die, but...
Horribly, yeah.
Yeah, so... Then, what level are you currently?
Currently, I'm level 92.
Up in those big numbers.
Up in those big numbers. Farming helps, for sure.
Farming, that must be... Is that a thing in a lot of From Software games? If this is your first time listening to the podcast, I've never played a From Software game before, so I'm going in blind into this. Is that a normal thing in these games, or is it just because of the open world environment?
It depends, really. Because, I mean, some FromSoft games do have pretty decent farming spots. Sekiro, absolutely not. Bloodborne, there's the Cum Dungeon.
What?
The Cum Dungeon, yeah.
Okay.
I think it's a user-generated dungeon that you can access pretty early in the game. That you just go into, walk out the door, and wait a couple seconds, and you suddenly have 85,000 blood echoes, which is your resource to level up in the game.
Oh, Jesus.
So, yeah, you do that a couple times, and you basically just power level yourself very quickly. That's kind of the only one that I really know of. I mean, I didn't necessarily farm for Dark Souls 1, 2, or 3, but I'm sure there's guides online of places you can farm for souls, materials, things like that. But I really think going into the open world where you can kind of go anywhere from the start has opened up a lot of opportunities for people to find those farming spots and for them to be a lot more of them.
Yeah. This game seems to have quite a few, and obviously they kind of scale up as you get through the game, obviously. There's a few obviously well-known ones. Are you at a point now where it's becoming quite difficult to level up, where it takes, even in the farming's taking a little bit of time, or are you still at quite a comfortable level?
Well, I'll say I'm a pretty comfortable level. I mean, it would take me, I think, over 50,000 runes to level up at this point. But that's not terrible. That's at least like one major boss, right?
Yeah, for the most part. That seems to be where it takes me about 86,000 to level up. I'm level 100 and actually I think I'm 109 now, so a little bit ahead. But man, I have farmed. Yeah, like I needed every help I can get in this. So yeah, I've been doing a little bit of farming. In terms of the bosses, and obviously there's a lot of bosses in this game, but let's talk about some of the bigger ones. Who have you ticked off your list so far that you can remember? I'm guessing, obviously, Margaret.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was probably
Margaret.
the first one you faced, was it? I guess.
Not the first boss I faced, but the first big one that's kind of required
story,
for story progression. Yeah.
And
after that, next big one, obviously Godric.
Mm-hmm.
He was a bit of a pain, but after a while, you kind of get to the flow to it, which is what I love about Souls games anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You just watch for the patterns, and once you recognize them, it becomes a lot easier. I even, well, beating Godric, it was watching the patterns, but it was also summoning another player for help with that, because they really mixed in a lot of Souls, Bloodborne, and Sekiro into it with their honestly the pace of the fights. Because in this game, a lot of bosses move fairly quickly.
Oh yeah, they come at you.
Yeah, and they come at you hard and fast, which is definitely something they started in Bloodborne and then picked up a lot more in Sekiro. So bosses are unnaturally fast at times, and they use very much a lot of leap attacks, which is very Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the bosses in this are ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously I'm not used to From Software games, so their designs and stuff like that are horrid. Whoever designed half of these needs to go to counselling. Like,
and you haven't even played Bloodborne yet.
no.
Oh.
No. Have you fought Astel yet?
Astel?
Stars of Darkness.
No.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
That one can fuck off right to hell. Like, that's been my hardest one so far. Like, it's like a giant centipede. Like,
fun.
Kind of, but it can float and go through black holes and stuff. Like,
that's great.
Yeah, I'm just getting close, like, to Loretta. So, one of the big bosses.
Loretta's one of the big bosses, yeah.
That's one of the required ones. I think, from looking on the map now, I think that's my next boss. So, what are you wielding at the moment? That's another question that everyone's doing this differently.
So, as far as equipment goes, I picked up a very large sword in the beginning of my playthrough, which was the Lord Sworn Greatsword.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just been carrying that through with me to the end. Like, that's kind of how I do, from soft games, is I stick with something that I like and just kind of roll from there, upgrade myself based on its stats. And I mean, it's not a bad way to play, but I don't know. People usually shit about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's this game, man, is so, because there's so many ways of playing it. And so many it is a little bit ridiculous. Like, how different your experience with the game is going to be very different to my experience with the game, because you'll face things a different way than me with a different loadout. Like, for example, I'm using the Sword of Fire and Night and Fire, which is a legendary sword, and so even though that sword, I've leveled that up now to 8, I think it is. So it can, I think each swing of the sword does about 3,000 damage. But I use the ranged attacks with it,
right?
Because it can fire spells out, and I'd gone in at the beginning trying to play a bit of a tanky character, but then realized I didn't have the ability to play a tanky character. Then I had to start shifting my points into faith and intelligence and stuff like this to be able to use this thing. And man, like, you really start to really weed into the levels of your weapons and what's the best thing to level them up with, and like,
and that's the thing about like FromSoft games is once you beat it once, your next playthrough will be significantly easier, because you're gonna know what you want, how to build towards it. You're obviously gonna know the bosses a lot better, the areas a lot better, but that's generally how, I mean, you see people online who do these like insane builds and stuff, right? That is generally how it works, right? You find a weapon you want and you start leveling yourself up to it. And you don't usually know what that is going to be on your first go through of the game. Granted, you could start all over again, but what if you find that weapon like way later in the game? You're not going to want to restart at that point.
No.
So,
No, true. I suppose then your option would be to respec, but yeah.
yeah.
A question with because I've seen a lot of people starting New Game Plus and stuff like that, which I didn't know was a thing in From Software games.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how does that work in terms of your stats and everything? Does it roll over your level or?
In FromSoft games, New Game Plus, it really varies by game.
Okay.
How to activate New Game Plus to begin with, but it carries everything over. Your inventory, your stats, everything. It just makes enemies more difficult.
Oh,
Essentially,
okay.
it basically bumps them up to, I guess, where you should be when you finish your first time through.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
And then obviously they drop more like souls, runes, whatever. But
Yeah.
New Game Plus works really interesting in FromSoft games because at least for Dark Souls 1, Bloodborne, uh, Dark Souls 3, basically once you roll credits, you're thrown back into the beginning cutscene and you're right into New Game Plus.
Oh, it's just like, go
yeah.
again.
Right. Yeah. But for like Dark Souls 2 and Sekiro, you can choose. It puts you out like right at the end. You beat the final boss, go out and do everything else in the world if you want. But whenever you rest at, like in Dark Souls 2, the bonfire or Sekiro at the Buddhist statue,
yeah,
you have the option in the menu there to start New Game Plus or start a new journey. Yeah. I don't know how Elden Ring is going to play out, but we'll see.
I don't know if I have it in me to go through the game again.
Nothing really changes. The only game that actually does change is Dark Souls 2. And that's kind of like introductions to bosses in different areas, things like that. Mostly you're just getting more runes for kills.
Okay. So let's talk about a few of the things that we've faced. I'm trying to work out where you are, so I'm not really spoiling anything for you going forward. First of all, how long did it take you to find the key to get into the academy?
It took me a while because I had to look it up because I was basically just roaming around the area for the longest time. Yeah, quite a big area. I mean, it's a lake, right?
Yeah.
So it's a fairly large area with, again, it's Elden Ring, so not any real waypoints rather than the grace that guides you from the site of grace. Which essentially led me right to the what's it called? The Karen Manor?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which was fun. I really thought that's where I had to go because after you meet Eugene, he basically tells you about the castle being taken over.
How did you enjoy dodging the blue thunder?
The blue thunder was startling, but
it was good fun though.
it was good fun.
Yeah.
Like usually when you see something like that, you think there's like a caster nearby or something.
Nope, just fuckery. I managed to the angle I was coming at. I was on the left, so the cliff overhangs a bit. So if I just stayed underneath that, it couldn't actually get me. So I managed to fluke it, but I totally unintentionally. There was no skill there or prior knowledge.
Oh no! Just straight sprinting to the entrance.
I was just sprinting and then trying to get that site of grace.
Yep.
Yeah. Some of the have you done anything in Nocturne yet? Is it Nocturne?
No, Nocturne, I believe, only unlocks once you defeat Radon.
Oh yes, it does. You're right. That's correct. The other place, not Nocturne, the other underground place that you can go.
Soifra?
Yeah. Have you explored down there?
I have explored down there because I did Ronnie's quest. So I went down there to meet Blood, and then.
So did you fight the Mimic Tear?
The Mimic Tear, no.
Oh my god! Oh Vince, you are missing. You need to go back.
Okay.
When you come down, you'll see that there's a set of stairs to like a little like looks like a bit of a Greek temple.
Yeah.
And there's the braziers all the way up, the fire.
Right.
And if you search the area and light the braziers, once they're all lit up, you can go through there. And then you fight a mimic tier. And that's how you get the mimic version of you that you can use as your summons.
Is that the same place? Because I fought a giant deer when I lit the braziers.
Is it the same place, or is it the one on the left? I thought it was. One sec. I swear it's there. Let me have a look.
There's 2 different underground areas.
No, it's definitely at the same place. Where is it? I've got it here. I've got a list of where, because I was trying to remember the name. Where did I just see it? That's Miranda. No, I need to go fight Miranda. Mimic tier. Here we go. Oh no, sorry. You're right. It is in Nocturne.
Okay, that's
it's the same sort of temple, but in. Oh no. Seaphora River. Yeah, no,
there's different portions of that area.
Let me have a look.
Apparently,
it's. I think it's one level down from. Anyway, yeah, fight. You have to fight the mimic tier. And
okay.
The one which is obviously basically, you're fighting yourself. So.
Right.
All I'd say is think logically. It's so much fun though, and it's yourself fully leveled up with everything you've got.
Cool.
They fight back.
You mean an easy fight or a really difficult fight?
Well, you can make it easy.
Yeah, that's true.
I tell you, I did.
I'm sure.
I stripped off.
You stripped off.
Went through the portal. They turned up in just their underwear, and then I put all my gear back on.
Yeah.
And just beat the shit out of them because I'll take the easy way every time, Vince, in this game. I'm not too proud. If I could find a way of cheesing a boss, I'm cheesing the boss.
I mean, it's a legitimate way of doing it.
If these games want to fuck around and just punish you continuously, then I'm going to find any advantage I can. So, with the game, obviously, we talked last week on the podcast about what we really liked and stuff like that. Have you run into anything that you really don't like about this game? Or something that you're finding really annoying, or you're just quite happy with it across the board?
I'm pretty happy with it across the board. It's definitely a game that you can get lost in and absolutely requires exploration.
Oh, yeah.
And that's absolutely what I love about it, right? A lot of FromSoft's appeal to me wasn't the difficulty. It was really just the fact that you can just go anywhere and find shit, right?
Yeah.
There's no linear path. There's no markers on the map. There's, in Elden Ring, unless you put one down. But it's that almost freedom, right? If you can kind of do anything, go anywhere. You see, specifically Elden Ring, you see something in the distance, you can go check it out. You might get your ass kicked from time to time, but you can. For Bloodborne, it was just kind of the aesthetic, right?
Yeah.
The kind of gothic horror that then led itself into cosmic horror.
Mm-hmm.
And even Dark Souls, right? It for me was, again, swords and sorcery style game, right?
Yeah.
But something that just wasn't Skyrim or any of those other games where you just have so much to kind of manage, and each thing micromanaging, putting skill points in the things you want to use, or even then having even in Skyrim, there's multiple ways you can, or multiple things you can put skills into and you just want to do it all, right? Like
Yeah.
that would just make the game infinitely easier. But in FromSoft games, you kind of have to be picky, or you can kind of take your time and grind and try to put points in everything, right?
Yeah.
You have
Exactly. Yeah.
either like a specific focus or you don't, and that's kind of what I love about uh, FromSoft games. They're very like Zelda, except for a lot of the dungeon crawly aspects of it, or you know, much more difficult.
Well, because the capital city in this is basically a dungeon, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like it's classed as a dungeon within the game, and it's ridiculous. You're on your way to the capital city now, I believe.
yeah.
So you've not actually experienced it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously I won't tell you what to expect and stuff like that, but it is one of the dungeons of the game.
Right.
And it is fucking massive.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I've got to go back because I've missed a boss that's in there. I don't know how you miss a boss, but I did.
All right, so are you going through and clearing all bosses, or are you just going through and
No, so
finding what you can fight?
I'm finding what I can fight. I'm on a path of a quest, but the quest is the main quest, I think, in the game. I think I'm getting quite close to end game sort of things happening.
Yeah.
So, but obviously there's certain bosses that you have to kill for that. But at the same time, now my mission is to find this sword that I was telling you about off stream.
Yeah.
The holy sword that can just eviscerate everything in front of it. So next time I load it up, that's what I'm gonna go and do. Because where I'm at the moment is the mountaintop of the giants.
Okay, yeah.
And that place will fuck you up. Like, relentlessly. Like, everything is annoying. Right? But it's beautiful. It's all snow and everything. I really do like some of the designs of the areas. They're all very clear in what they are. But, no, I'm kind of just... I don't really know what's going on. The one thing I'll say that I think's the weak point of this story for myself, and I may be in the minority here, is I could not give two shits about the story.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really have to, right?
Yeah, I still don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I know the Elden Ring isn't a ring, like, technically, but I don't know. Don't know what it is. Like, I just know I've got to kill some bosses. I'm waiting till I see some credits on the screen.
Right.
So, and I'm having fun doing that.
Oh, yeah.
But I know some people go really heavy into the lore.
Oh, yeah, people go heavy into the lore. Like, there's entire YouTube channels dedicated to it. I mean, I was telling you about Vati Vidya the other day.
Yeah.
And, again, recently, he dives into a lot of lore. Like, if you need to know anything like lore-based about any FromSoft game, I can guarantee you he has multiple videos on it. Like, people love it. And for me, most FromSoft games, I don't really super care about the lore.
Yeah.
But a lot of it is, really interesting. I mean, most of the appeal to me is the themes of the game, right?
Yeah.
Like the breaking of the cycle, or embracing the cycle and all that. I mean, I could go into an entire thesis on the first Dark Souls about how are you really the hero in Dark Souls 1?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Things like that.
I think that this one will have obviously a lot of comments. Obviously, it's such a big game. And it's covering quite a lot of stuff, but I don't know.
That's the fun of it, I think. I mean, I know a lot of people go into FromSoft games for the lore, but for me, it's, again, just a discovery. I mean, it's the gameplay itself. It's the aesthetic of the world. It's all that. Like, they know how to make good games.
Yeah, they really, really do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've never been a fan of these games, obviously, I've said a few times, and I think if the next game they brought out went back to more of the linear storytelling and thing, I wouldn't be interested in it.
Yeah.
I think they've really struck gold with this
Oh, for sure.
because it does cater to those open world things as well. And I do love that there's nothing on the map. I wish they would explain. And I'm sure, like, for example, you kill a boss, one of the big bosses, and you get a great rune.
Mm-hmm.
I have to take that to a tower. You know, if you take that to the tower, you can then use that great rune to give yourself a buffer or an ability.
Right.
Like, no one tells you that shit. I just started climbing a tower to see what it was.
I don't think I've even found one of those towers. Are those the divine towers?
Yeah, there's
Oh, okay.
they're in there's a few in the bloody area at the beginning. Was it
Caleb?
Yeah, you can see 2 of them there, and once you should be you'll be able to already go there because you've got. But each of the big bosses, any of them that drop great runes have their own towers. Okay. Some towers though have 2 in there.
Gotcha.
So, and then there's some fuckery that goes on. Like, this isn't a spoiler at all because I'm not going to tell you what did it or where I was. So I was fighting something,
right,
and this thing killed me. And as it killed me, it then ate me. Like, and I thought, okay, well that's just a weird death animation, but fine. I then reloaded in a fucking volcano.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm just like, where the hell am I now?
That's FromSoft for you.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know where I am, and I'm in a dungeon that I've got to get out of. I could have probably just, like, obviously fast traveled my way out of there, but then you're like, well, I'm here now.
Yeah, you may as well explore, right?
I might as well, yeah, work my way through it. But yeah, the game is a lot of fun, and do you know what they do so well? And it's not the mechanics, it's not the fighting, all of that is great. It is just making objects a little glowing orb that you can see in the distance, and you're like, I now need to get that.
Absolutely.
I now need to go see what that
That's
is.
smart, yeah.
Because that could be nothing, or it could be the best sword in the game. Who the fuck knows?
It could be. You just left to guess. And again, that's what I love. Like, items that you can pick up are just glowing balls of light.
Yeah.
And you always see them and you always know where they are.
I do really enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so in terms of armor, are you still in starting armor, or have you branched out into anything a bit more fancy?
The chest plate is starting armor.
Yeah.
The greaves are starting armor. Well, not the greaves. The
gauntlets.
Gauntlets are starting armor. The legs are the cuckoo gauntlets.
The cuckoo gauntlets. I've not seen them.
Yeah. I really just recently got them as a random drop from one of the enemies near the academy.
Oh yeah, because there's the cuckoo chapel or something, isn't it, in the academy or something? Or
yeah.
So
I got those, and they were better than what I already had on. So you always want to go for the blue numbers. So I just equipped them.
Got to keep that weight down, though.
Oh yeah, I got to keep that weight down. That's the only reason why I'm not using the grafted greatsword I have, which is I think another legendary weapon. Yeah, it's too heavy, and I also have I think one of the Cuckoo Knight's great shields.
Oh.
Which is, I mean, you want to rock a great shield if you're doing a tank build because it blocks a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's 100% physical damage.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
I don't use a shield.
Those are kind of thing. Yeah.
I'm just free balling it, but yeah. No, that's pretty cool. I know you can get a talisman that increases your weight capacity, and then obviously is it your stamina you can increase, and that increases your weight capacity as well?
Yeah, if you up stamina, it'll increase your equip load.
But then stamina seems like such a shit thing to upgrade. Like,
it kind of does. Yeah.
I've done it because obviously when I was quite heavily focused on swinging my sword, you know, you want to get a few hits in, but yeah,
right.
I haven't put anything else into it for a while. Like, yeah, I don't think I can
Yeah,
tell.
for the longest time, I was just upgrading vigor and strength, and that was it. Like I wasn't touching any other stat.
Yeah, but now you're dipping your toe into other little areas as well.
Oh yeah, just to see what kind of balances out. I even put some into mind just to increase my resistance to every status effect.
Is that what mine does? Okay.
Yeah, it
I have
increases
not
your
put a
SP
single
bar.
thing into mine, I don't think.
Yeah,
Or dexterity. I don't think I've put anything into dex. Like,
some things are useful with dex.
yeah, I probably
Some weapons require dex and strength,
yeah.
which is
There's a katana that requires dex, the blood katana, whatever it's called, that I've seen a few people use.
hmm.
Where, yeah, that is one thing that I wanted to. I kind of want to have an arsenal of weapons that I can kind of pick and choose for each fight. What's the best,
Yeah.
and start leveling them up. But at the same time, I like my flamey sword. But I can't. Yeah, I don't think I can tell you what armor I've got. I think it'll be a spoiler. But yeah, what is good is, and this isn't a spoiler. You can, in the round table, you can claim the armor of any of the big bosses you've killed. Do you know that?
I think I knew. Well, you can
go
do
to the
that.
fingers.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is something from other games as well. But
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh okay. Well.
Same thing with the remembrances, right?
Those were like... it is the remembrances. Yeah, that's what it is. But then you can also go buy their armor and their armor gears once you've killed them.
Right.
So
because
when you kill General Radahn, you can go get his
go get his armor.
It's so heavy though.
Which I'm sure has got to be like a massive equip load.
Oh yeah, that's not what I'm using.
Oh no.
I'm so aesthetically pleased with my armor. But
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, I won't say because it's a bit of a spoiler. Well, actually, no.
So speaking of
done it. I don't know if you've already done it or not.
Which part?
Whose quest lines have you finished? Like, is it?
I haven't really finished.
Have you finished Rani's quest or not?
Rani, no, because it requires being Radahn. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, I will stay quiet then.
Yeah.
You'll know once you've completed that quest, then fully completed it, then you'll know which I've got.
Well, I'm sure.
But there's so much stuff that I want.
Yeah.
Like,
these games do that.
What was your maybe this is something they do in other games, but obviously we saw the map when you can see like areas of the map when all of a sudden underground areas start appearing, and there's a whole underground thing, and then there's an even higher above ground area just starting to appear. Like the map is ridiculous in size.
It's enormous.
Yeah, but
you can see why it took them so long to make this game.
Yeah, and it's really, for the most part, it's really well crafted.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's been many areas where I'm like, this is a bit boring. Apart from maybe the ride up to the lift.
Okay, yeah.
There wasn't a huge amount going on in that path. There's the enemies. Did you, I don't know if you have had to go that way, but I know I did. Did you take on the Tower of Madness?
The Tower of Madness, no.
Oh.
I don't think I've seen that yet.
It's very close to the lift.
Is it?
It's to the right, yeah. Like that is Madness in the other games?
Oh, that Tower of Madness. Jesus Christ. Yeah. No. Madness is a new stat for status effect.
Madness can fuck off. I thought, and I will talk you through this, and you'll laugh at this. One, because it's something that you really enjoy fucking me over. Like, is that I was riding Torrent, and I had a marker that I was trying to get to. I think this is when I was trying to get the sword. So I had to go. There's a few things that I needed. So I was riding, and I saw this tower, and it had the flame at the top, but it looked like an eye, and I thought, oh, that's a cool nod to Lord of the Rings. So I thought, I'll take a screenshot.
Right.
You know, send it to you and Terry, and say, oh, look, even like I can't play this game anymore. You know,
right.
And then all of a sudden I start screaming, and just. Yeah. Start dying. I'm like, what the hell is going on? What the like couldn't work it out. It took me so long to get past that and stop that.
My first encounter with Madness was in Limgrave, actually.
Is there some in Limgrave?
There's a village in Limgrave. I think it's in the southern area.
Is that where they're all dancing?
But
Oh,
no.
I don't know where that is. I've seen the video of that where they just all dance.
Interesting. I don't think I've seen that. But yeah, there's like you first encounter like rats and stuff, and they start inflicting the status effect.
Oh.
And then you go into the village, and it's a bunch of villagers who inflict the status effect on you.
Oh yeah.
Which I was like, okay, this is interesting. What is happening?
Madness is
And then
awful.
yeah, madness is awful. Then I reached this church, which obviously you see the church as you think immediately sacred tier, right?
Yeah.
Got to be one there. I'm pretty sure there was one, but there was also a giant fucking rat that inflicted madness. Yeah. With a bunch of smaller rats alongside of it. So that fight was a pain in the ass.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's kind of like when you go to Tower of Madness, it's like a derelict tower, and you come up to it, and there's a torrent jump, and you land at the bottom. And obviously, you have to stay out of the way of the madness when it's at the top of this tower. If it can see you, it'll hurt you. So you have to kind of. But there's a ladder you need to climb. And let's face it, Elden Ring's button selection isn't always great when trying to get on a ladder quickly and stuff like that. But at the bottom, there are 2 giant rats and 3 small ones, all with madness trying to eat at you, and you've got to try and get up this ladder. Like, it's the most infuriating thing.
It can be.
Right, but those moments when you complete it is when you take down a boss.
It's definitely those moments for me that are very special. Like, there's no feeling I've gotten from any other game that's the same.
Yeah, I think I can be quite heavily on board with that. I think that's a decent shout, really. Did you? Oh, you will have, because you said you completed the academy, didn't you?
Yeah, I killed Renalia at the top of the academy.
How did you find is it the Red Wolf?
The Red Wolf, yeah. That was a fight.
Yeah.
A very interesting fight. I didn't expect a magic wolf, but at this point, I should not be surprised.
No, just for the sake of it, yeah.
Yeah. But
in such a small space as well.
Oh, yeah, a very small space. But speaking of Lunaria Lakes, did you fight, was it the Omen Fell?
The what now?
Was
that I probably didn't, because I kind of haven't explored the lakes fully. Like, I kind of crossed it. I saw the big thing with the bell on it.
Oh, you saw the monument.
Yeah. Can you fight that?
Have you? So the fun thing about monuments, right?
Yeah.
I just didn't really discover this until later. Once I knew what the monument did. Basically, you just attack its legs, right? It has, at least the one in Limgrave that I took down, had like these glowing spots on its legs, with these little white patches. And you destroy a certain amount of them, and it comes down. The mausoleums that are on top of them, you can use them, I think, once. But you can duplicate remembrances.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's
cool. Right. I can't remember what the limitations are. I think you can only do 1 per mausoleum. So you have to pretty much choose which remembrance you want to duplicate when you have it.
So I have the remembrances, but I've never done anything with them. I don't really know what they are. Like,
so they're equivalent to boss souls in Dark Souls. So what you can do with them is you take them to Ina, next to the 2 fingers, in the round table hold, and trade it in for one of the 2 items that she offers.
Oh yeah, like the sword or the
weapon.
It's usually weapons, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
you can gain it. Yeah, you can duplicate it, so you can get like 2 or more uses out of it. I've only did it once because remembrances can also be used to acquire a significant amount of runes.
Really?
Yeah,
From the
I
same
think
place, or?
from the same place. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, not from the same place. You actually have to use the remembrance as
Oh,
consumable.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So I duplicated Godric's, used one, and then turned one in for his hammer, which I didn't even use. I just have it. Uh, it offered what 20,000 runes.
That's not bad.
No, I mean for starting
Early
off
game, yeah, that's
at
really
that
good.
fight, yeah, that's really good.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I kind of just avoided it. So anyway, you on about what was it, Omen, or what was it you on about in the
The
lake?
Omen fell
Omen
near the
fell.
lakes.
The
Yeah,
name rings a bell, but it
it's
just
in
sounds
the
very
like
Elden Ringy. So
right.
what is it?
It's he's actually in the lakes. Well, not in the lakes. There's that Omen Killer. That's what it is. I just looked it up. It's Omen Killer. Uh, there's a village tucked away. If you look at the map, there's like this church-looking area, kind of near the center. Actually, no, it's more off to like the left of the map. There's like a pathway, then there's like this huge plateau-looking thing above you that you can't get to. I've tried, but you can't. So I went underneath it, and there's like this entire village under there, and that's where you fight the Omen Killer.
I'm looking at
Oh,
him now.
hmm.
He's weird.
He's
Has
weird.
he got like bones as swords?
It kind of looks like it, yeah. It's obviously very dark in the arena. And the fun thing about that boss is you walk into the arena and it's not your traditional like boss arena where there's the golden fog and then
Yeah.
you walk in, you just kind of walk up to him
Oh.
and he has I mean, first of all, he hits like a truck, especially when you were the level I was. So he kicked my ass pretty thoroughly. But there's also dogs in the arena
Oh, fuck
that
off.
will attack you at the same time, which gave me some real bad Dark Souls flashbacks.
Really?
Because in the first Dark Souls, there's a boss uh, pretty early on. He's a required boss, unfortunately, that you had to fight called the Capra Demon. The Capra Demon wields two weapons and also has dogs in his arena.
Oh, okay.
And it is a very small arena in Dark Souls. Like it's probably one of the more bullshit bosses in Dark Souls because you walk into the arena and there's a chance he's already on you as soon as you step through the fog. And it is the brick wall for a lot of players in their first like Dark Souls experience
Yeah.
for Dark Souls 1. But yeah, apparently but he's tied to a quest for another NPC that you can summon in and help beat him.
Oh, okay. Man,
But
some of
you
the
might
summons
be
are
past
good.
that point. I don't know. Yeah, the summons are great.
I'll go back and kill him. Like, I think
I mean, yeah, you can take him easily at this point.
I'll just him, but I think that will be my end game. Will be I'm gonna try and kill every boss in the game.
That is a good objective.
Like,
I've thought about it too. There's so many.
I know there's like 136, I think.
Yeah.
But I've killed I've killed a fair few. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I would say I've probably killed maybe around 50. I wish it kept a track of what you've killed.
I wish it would too. I mean, only like a handful of enemies are like achievement / trophy
Yeah.
enemies.
I wonder if there is a trophy for killing all the bosses.
That would be amazing. Yeah, I don't think there's one for any of the other Souls games.
That's a shame.
But that's the thing. Like, they're for all the FromSoft games before Elden Ring, there were like a handful of optional bosses per game. And so they've obviously ratcheted that up.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, even Sekiro, I think I beat without beating maybe 2 bosses,
Oh,
I think. And those were optional.
oh, Omen
Well,
Killer is
actually,
kind of...
one's tied to an ending. So, the bad ending. So, that didn't beat that boss. And the other one I locked myself out of because I didn't eavesdrop on enough people.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Like, Omen Killer could be a summons.
Omen Killer can be a summon?
Yeah.
Huh.
Omen Killer Rolo. Don't know how you get it,
Interesting.
but he's on the list of summons.
That's very interesting.
I've got some really good summons, but I only ever use the Mimic.
Oh, the Spirit Ashes?
Yes, the Spirit Ashes, yeah. Like, the Mimic is so overpowered.
The Mimic is great.
Yeah.
But I found a lot of use out of the Skeleton Raider.
Oh, I've not used it. I have it, but I've not used it.
Have you used any Skeleton Ashes?
No.
So here's the thing about Skeleton Ashes, right?
Mm-hmm.
They function the exact same as skeletons.
Oh, so if they die, they just come back?
Yeah, unless the enemies hit them one more time. Which is a
cool.
Great thing for bosses. Because even if it goes down, you can distract the boss, unless it has like an AoE attack, to come after you. And just wait for the skeleton to come back up. And then he's right back for another distraction.
The one bad thing, but also it's quite interesting that I'll say about the Mimic Tier is it doesn't use FP to summon. It takes your health.
Oh, wow.
So, and also the higher the level. So, for example, it will now take 95% of my health to summon it. Like,
holy shit.
And then I have to use a potion. But the thing levels ridiculously. Like, so it already has all your the weapons it uses are your level weapons, but then obviously you can multiply it with the by leveling it up. Because I didn't know you could level up your summons.
Oh yeah,
but like I found that out the other day. That was exciting. So
did you have to go back and do that quest, or?
I didn't have to do a quest. I just had to have. There was someone in the round table that had appeared, so I must have seen them found them at some point. They were there, and then I needed to make them speak. And then I had to speak to the blacksmith in the round table about that person, and then they became the apprentice. I had to leave and come back, and then they'd set up shop. So that's it.
Yeah, that is the person you meet in the first shack on your way to Stormvale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you get the jellyfish from.
Correct, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, I don't remember what half of them is.
The way I got her to move to the round table was I did a quest for her where I went and got a letter from Stormvale. Then came back to her and talked to her, and then she moved to the round table.
Did I do that? How did I get to the round table?
Well, that's the thing. That's the weird thing, right? Because apparently Gideon Ofnir is in Stormvale as well. And you find him and talk to him, but for me, he just appeared in the round table.
Yeah, I can't remember.
So there must be like some NPCs
ways
that you meet, and they just go.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Or if you don't meet them, they just end up there because they're important.
Yeah, and I've just found a whole new area that I just have forgotten about exploring, which is like, I don't know, like it's near. Where's I always forget the name of it. The place that begins with C, the blood place.
Caelid.
Yeah, Caelid. There's a place there that a whole new area there that's down in a lake or a river or something that's poisonous.
The River of Rot?
No, not the River of Rot. I've done the River of Rot, and that can fuck right off.
Yeah.
You haven't got to that bit, have you?
No, I haven't really explored much Caelid. I just kind of like ran.
That's not in there. That's it's other side of Nocturne.
Oh, okay.
Like, and it can fuck right off. That's where Astel is.
Astel, interesting.
That's where you have to ride in a coffin.
Oh, cool.
Like that's but it's really annoying.
That sounds very FromSoft.
It is. It's one of those, and this isn't a spoiler about anything to do with it. It's just if you die, there isn't a statue nearby, so you go back to your site of grace. The site of grace is about 5 minutes of platforming away from the cutscene back in the coffin to get to the boss.
That's fun.
Yeah. Really, really annoying.
That sounds exactly like the Radon fight.
A little bit.
Except for there's actually a stake there, yeah.
Yeah, there's a statue there, yeah. So it's not too bad, but Man, that Radon fight, even though it's a big fuck you, like it's probably the best designed enemy I've seen so far. It's so unique.
Oh yeah,
because of the area that you're in. It's so big.
It's a great it's a visuals. I'm struggling with it, and I get annoyed with it.
Oh yeah,
but it's still really fucking impressive.
That when he fires all the arrows.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like that whole man. There's a lot about that fight that is incredible, and there's a lot that I just hate. Like even being such a high level, the fact that he can still one shot you with some attacks is insane, and really makes it feel like he's supposed to be a late game boss.
Yeah, like everyone talks about him being like one of the hardest bosses in the game.
Yeah,
like, but he's relatively early in the game.
Like very early in the game.
Like, and he took a few attempts. Like I said, I had my tactic going in. I knew how to defeat him in an easy, I say easy, but an easier way, and it still took me quite a few attempts to do.
Right.
Like, and that's with having I'd read a full strategy on how to defeat him, because the first time I went in, I cracked my knuckles and he fired this ball at me and killed me. I was just like, well, okay, this is going to be something. So
that is immediately what happened to me, and I feel like that is a sign to turn around. But I attempted it a couple more times before I fucked off.
Yeah, but it's a lot. It is a lot of fun. Like, apparently, some of the bosses I'm about to face are brutal. So
I'm sure.
Not looking forward to that. But I think I've missed one of the big ones, so I need to go back to the capital. What I will say, gargoyles can fuck off. I don't know if you've had to face a gargoyle yet.
Oh man, the FromSoft games love their gargoyles.
Yeah, well, they can fuck right off. And electric blobs, which when you get to Nocturne, you'll definitely experience. They
that's gonna have to wait.
Yeah. And that whole area is one that I swear it's FromSoft just trolling people.
Oh,
it seems to be the biggest.
You want to get this ending? Fuck you.
It's not even that. It's more there's a room, like, and it's such a nondescript room. You just walk into it, like you're kind of exploring. It's like, oh, there's a room over there. I'm going to have a look in it, and there's a chest in the room. So you think, okay, well, something's probably gonna, appear or whatever, because why would there just be a chest in the room?
Right.
I start edging my way in. There's no messages really, so I'm like, okay, nothing saying to your left or anything. Edge my way in, looking around, nothing's coming. I open the chest, move away, don't grab whatever's in there. I move away.
Yeah.
Just nothing. I pick up the item in the chest. A boulder just drops on me. Kills me instantly.
Wow.
And then in another room, it just keeps it just keeps spawning enemies, and this room just keeps filling up with enemies. At one point I must have had about 60 enemies in there. It's ridiculous. That whole area is just a massive fuck you.
That sounds right.
But I think the game's incredible, and
it is. It's hard to say that it's my favorite FromSoft game because Bloodborne and Sekiro still exist, but it's up there.
Yeah.
Right now, my official rankings for the FromSoft extended universe are as follows.
Oh, here we go. We're getting the.
Here we go, everybody.
Getting the breakdown.
How many games do they have? 7. Well, this is obviously not counting. Yeah, it's not counting Demon's Souls because I haven't beat it yet. Let's go with 6. Right. Number 6, Dark Souls. Good. People hold it as great. It's good. Like, they've done better things. Number 5. Full countdown list. Here we go.
Full countdown.
Dark Souls 2. Again, good. A bit divisive of a game, but I enjoy it. Nothing particularly wrong with it. But apparently Elden Ring takes a lot from Dark Souls 2, which I see that. The power stancing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen a lot of people make the joke that Elden Ring is Dark Souls 2 too. Cool.
Yeah.
Where the fuck was that? Number 4.
But,
Dark Souls 3. The best of the trilogy. I really enjoyed that game. I fucked up a lot of quests in that game. But I still loved it probably more than I did any other Dark Souls game. We come to number 3, Elden Ring. Still really loving that game. We'll see if it climbs higher or lower when I finish it. Number 2, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
oh.
Because it's the one FromSoft game that took me the longest to get into. But once I figured out combat and its flow and just the majesty of that game, it was fantastic. Like, it's probably the best combat they've had in any other games.
Okay.
And, oh yeah. Like, a lot of Sekiro's movement made it into Elden Ring, which is the jumping, the stealth, things like that. Some minor mechanics, but it still has Sekiro DNA in it. And obviously, number 1, the only thing that's left, Bloodborne. Because, man, while it's not the best combat, it's still very much Souls combat. The fact that it encourages you to act more aggressively rather than passively, and just the aesthetic of, like I said, the gothic horror leading into cosmic horror is amazing, and I really love it. Granted, most of the game takes place at night, but it is gorgeous going into that game. Like, you get that sense of horror and dread, and I love it.
So,
Bloodborne number 1.
So Bloodborne is number 1.
Bloodborne is number 1.
Okay, well, that's the official list. My list is Elden Ring.
The only one you've played.
First, middle, and last place.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you know what? I think there is so much more to explore in this game. That's the thing. I feel like even though I'm quite, chugging away, like, I feel like there's so much that I haven't explored. Even in the early areas, like, I haven't really taken on any of the what are they called? The ones that are protecting the tree.
Oh, the tree sentinels?
Not the tree sentinels, no, the other ones. The Elder can't remember what they're called.
Oh, the avatars, right?
Yes. I haven't taken on any of them. Really, or anything like that.
Didn't you say you beat one?
Pardon?
You beat the one in Limgrave, right?
No, that's not what I'm on about then. What am I on about?
The Knights Cavalry?
No, they're called...
No, you've definitely killed some of those.
What are they called? Let me have a look on this list. They're always near the trees. Erd Tree. They're all... The Erd Tree, like...
The Erd Tree avatars?
I don't think they're avatars. There's like... Because you've got like the Erd Tree Burial Watchdog.
Oh, yeah. I hate
and
those
then you've
things.
got like the... But there's the bosses out and they protect the tree. But when you kill them, you get a couple of the seeds.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I can't remember they've got a name, and it's annoying me. Yeah, like there is. Oh, so one of them is the Erd Tree Avatar. You're all right about that. Like I'm looking through.
Okay.
But they're always Erd Tree something. But yeah, there's a few Erd Tree Avatars actually. Look at this list.
There's quite a few, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've not found any of them. Have fought a lot of apostles, and they can fuck right off. Godskin Apostle, the fight that I've had to run away from.
Godskin Apostle?
Yeah, but then when you search it, there must be another Godskin Apostle, because this is the Godskin Apostle's avatar, I believe. and it's not just the Godskin Apostle. It's also somebody else. When you kill one of them, another one appears, and you're in such a small area, and they have such wide attacks. And even with me bringing in the Mimic, stuff like that, fighting from distance, it is hard. Like, it is too hard for me. So I think I'll leave that one for a bit.
Yeah. That's going to take some levels before you can fight, probably.
Yep, I'm going to go find my bird and shoot it off a cliff. Probably the best farming thing I've ever seen in a game.
Oh, yeah. The fact that it just comes at you.
Well, the thing is, if you get this,
once you hit it, yeah.
If you get this sword that I'm on about, if you where the bird is, you know when you turn to the right and there's those enemies.
Yeah.
You can swing the sword and kill that whole row of them in one shot, and you get like 40,000 from just killing them.
Damn.
And you can do it in one shot.
On top of it, yeah.
Like, I just cannot remember the name of this sword. Like, let me see while we're on this, if I can find the Twitter, like, that where it was. Like, I want you to, and I'll put it in the thing so you can see it. Like, because this sword is ridiculous.
I'd love to see that weapon.
Like, who was using it? Who was using it? Was it Imran? Was it Imran Khan? I don't think it was.
Oh.
Let me try and find this.
Interesting. Okay. So a lot of swords that I know. Huh. Dark Moon Greatsword.
That sounds cool. I can't remember who put it in. Who was it? I'm just going to be generic. I'm going to put Elden Ring Gold.
And I'm back.
Sorry, did you go off?
Discord restarted, absolutely.
Oh, lovely. What is it? Is this?
So I want this specific sword up because I know it's in every game, and that's the Moonlight Greatsword, which is apparently attached to the Dark Moon Greatsword, which I believe you have.
I do, yes.
Yeah.
Which I don't use because I don't use greatswords, but
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's any good or not. And yeah, for me, obviously, there's so many nods to the other games, and I am unbelievably unaware of what they are.
Yeah, especially patches.
I don't even know who
Did you ever
Patches
find
is.
Patches?
No, maybe I did. I don't know who's Patches.
Patches is a boss in Limgrave. Oddly enough, he once about halfway through his boss fight, he gives up, right?
Oh.
And you can either spare him by just waiting out for a little bit once he gives up, or you can just straight up kill him, right? If you spare him, he becomes a vendor and a summon. A not particularly useful summon, because I'll explain that later. But in From Soft Lore, he's an asshole, right?
Okay.
Like, he will like kick you into traps. He'll try to like trap you or kill you, things like that. But one of the items he sells as a merchant in Elden Ring is Margit's Shackles, which is a somewhat consumable item that stuns Margit in his first phase for like 3 seconds.
Really?
Yeah. And in this first phase, you can use it twice before like his second phase. In the second phase, you can't use it at all, but it absolutely helps with that first phase of the fight. So I did that, and Patches is also a summon during the Radon fight. However, you can summon Patches. He'll walk a few steps, see Radon, and immediately leave.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah. Because I got the summon, and about partway through the fight, I saw the message, Patches has returned to his home. has returned to his home world. I was like, motherfucker. I doubt he did any damage.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. I'll avoid his sign every time, but still somehow, in the panic, I'll run by it and press Y on it and summon him anyway.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. Where do you even see this person? Sorry, did you say?
He's in Limgrave along one of the rivers leading north. I forget exactly. He's in a very small dungeon.
I don't think I've met this person. I'm just
'Cause he
trying to
starts
find this
off like
sword. It's so annoying.
Murkwater Cave.
Murkwater.
Now it's very confusing because there's Murkwater Catacombs as well, which has a different boss in it.
Oh, why would they make it easy?
Right. And they're pretty much separated by. Oh, God. Like, I don't know, fallen piece of ruin.
Okay. I might have to go explore that. I'm just trying desperately to find this sword. Like, because it is ridiculous. And I can't remember. Maybe if I look into my Twitter, one sec.
Did you like it or retweet it?
No, but it wasn't long ago that I saw it.
Were you searching the official Shifty Crab Twitter at Crab Shifty?
I was not.
Oh, well.
I was on my own, but a good plug.
Absolutely.
Though you think there'd be a lot of crossover, but is that not my
You would
password?
think.
Pretty sure that is my password for Twitter. Apparently not. What the hell is my password for Twitter then?
This Elden Ring podcast brought to you by Adam logging into his Twitter.
Cannot log into my Twitter there. Okay. We'll do this the hard way.
We'll do this the hard way.
Yeah, I'm desperate to find it because you need to see this.
I do.
It's
Because it sounds amazing.
It's so good. Like, and I need to, one, know what the sword is called, and two, oh well, it's not going to be on the actual Elden Ring page, is it? Fucking idiot. I just need to search.
No, probably not.
Who was it? What was it? Who would have?
It definitely wouldn't have been. I saw some kind of sword used against the first boss, the Scarab. Not the Scarab, but the Grafted Scion. That pretty much one-shot it. And again, don't know who the fuck posted it on Twitter, but I saw it.
No, I think that
Well,
was. I think that's the Sword of Night in Flames. I
Probably.
think that's how it is. Was it not this? Was it not this person? I thought it was. I thought it was Khalif Adams, but maybe I'm wrong. Who posted it? I've watched it like 12 times as well. I don't care if this turns into the longest podcast we've ever had. Like,
Elden Ring.
I've searched Elden Ring, like, best swords. Like, I cannot find it because it doesn't show
that
you.
Shoots laser.
It's not. It's like rays. Like,
yeah.
It's not that.
The Wing of Estel?
Is that a sword?
I guess. Let's see. Let's watch this YouTube video. No.
Inseparable sword.
It is a magic sword. Lazuli Glintstone.
It's not that one, I don't think.
Oh, best magic sword.
No, but that sword is pretty cool. That Wing of Estelle sword.
Yeah,
I must have that sword because I'm guessing you get that when you kill Astel.
Maybe.
It's not that one.
I don't care about your.
What is it? It's not the Royal Greatsword, I don't believe. No.
Lazuli Glintstone sword.
It's not the coded
YouTube
sword.
intro already.
The coded sword. Does it show being used?
I can use it.
I know they walk around with it, but then they never do anything with it. It's not.
No.
That.
Oh wait, it's about 5 minutes in. He's fucking using it.
Oh, the
Nope.
bastards. No, it's not that one. This is a great podcast for you guys while we will work this
It's
one
a
out.
great
But
podcast.
I can't not find it. It's.
No, I'm gonna look up where you found the Knight and Flame sword.
You should. It's really good. What is this?
Oh, is it at Ronnie's or Rena's Rise? Rampart above the manor. Follow the ramparts, take the left. Blah blah blah. No.
This might be it.
Oh, you jumped down a hole?
Yeah.
Okay, I might actually go get this. I won't have the stats for it, but that's nothing a little grinding won't help.
Is this it? Let's have a look at. Is it the Blasphemous Blade? I don't think it is it? Stop showing me how to get there and show it being used. What the fuck are you fighting there? What the hell is that?
We got in the spoiler territory.
No, this is early game, but it's just an enemy I've not seen. No, that sword's doing what mine already does. That's like just doing half of what the Knight in Flame does. I don't care about that.
The beam. What? Have you shot the laser?
It's like lasers, it's like rays coming out of it. Like, I think it's a faith. Elden Ring. Sword. High faith. The best sword, high faith. Is this it? It's got gold coming off. Is it going to do it? No, that's my sword. This is really annoying me. This is really annoying me. I'm not giving up though.
What are the requirements for the Sword of Knight and Flame?
What is the Uchi Katana or the grafted?
The Uji Katana?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's just a katana, really.
Okay.
Unless they've improved it.
The grafted dragon.
Oh, that's what you can get with the Remembrance of Godric.
Oh, I have that. Yeah. I've seen that. Yeah. It's not that one, is it?
24 intelligence and 24 faith. Holy shit, that's gonna need a lot of grinding now.
Oh, for
Unless I respec. Yeah.
I would tell you that sword is phenomenal. Like, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It will change the way you play the game, but it gives you range without having to carry a ranged weapon.
That would be good for some of these fucking bats.
Oh yeah, the bats are annoying.
Yeah.
What is
especially
this
going
sword?
to get the other piece of the fucking circle.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just snuck through.
You just like there. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
some of the three of those bats in there shoot poison at you.
Oh yeah.
Like, jeez.
The first time I didn't sneak through, Vince. The first time I got absolutely obliterated. Right, I've just searched #Elden Ring. Like,
Oh, good luck with that.
something's gonna have to come up. Like,
Something.
because it must have been quite a high liked thing, because it appeared on my timeline with a lot of people commenting on it. People that were verified as well.
That's how Twitter works,
That's
unfortunately.
not Elden Ring. That is just a woman in a bikini saying, "Who loves that Elden Ring?" That's not the content I'm looking for. Oh my god, there's a
Damn bots.
Oh my god, don't just search #Elden Ring. The amount of
I'm gonna do it.
no, the amount of just thirst that is on here. Like, the further you scroll down, it's like going into the dark web.
Oh Jesus.
Right. Oh, there's some new. Oh my god, there is. Some people need to
Need help? Yeah.
need help. Did you see that Peter or Peta, the animal cruelty things, did a advert for Elden Ring?
Really?
Yeah, rise tarnished and bear witness to the amazing animals of the lands between. Here are our top 5 things you should do in Elden Ring.
Was one find the Pope? The turtle Pope?
No, but they do stand next to a turtle. I don't think it's a turtle Pope, which I still haven't found.
You mean the dog?
Oh, the dog, yeah. Where? I cannot give up on this. Like,
So, spoilers.
oh, that's okay. I won't remember it.
Does Millicent turn into Melina? Or Melina?
Which one's Millicent?
So Millicent is part of a quest, right?
I think so. The name rings a bell, so I must have worked with him.
There is... You have to get the... Fuck, what was it called? A golden needle, right?
Oh,
So
no, I need to do that. I think someone's given me that quest to find the golden needle.
Okay, cool, yeah.
You
find
spoil
that
it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah. You find that, you take it to Millicent, who's in a church, which can only be accessed after what do you need to do? You need to light 3 towers in Celia, the town of sorcery.
I've not even been there.
Yeah, that's in Caelid. That's one of the few things I did in Caelid.
I think that's the place that I need to go. Is that was there a shack and someone said they needed the needle that was lost in the river?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one that I just said. There's an area that I haven't explored in that area.
Okay.
So
yeah. You take the needle to Millicent, and she's like, I want to go adventuring again. And you're like, cool. And then she fucks off for a while.
Oh my god, I found it.
You found it?
I found the weapon. Well, I found the video of the weapon. It was Andrew Goldfarb that did it. Hang on a sec. Let me send this to you. Are you logged into your Twitter by any chance?
Logged in, that would probably help with searching hashtag Elden Ring.
I'm gonna send it to you via direct message.
No, you know what? I have it on my phone.
Just watch this sword.
Oh, I saw this tweet, yeah.
What is that sword? I can see it in the bottom corner, but I can't. That's the stance. It's like the wave of gold or something. Let's say in the
spectral. What? Golden Val.
It's ridiculous.
Doesn't have a sword listed. Wave of gold.
That's the stance, isn't it? So, yeah.
You can probably find it via stance.
Yeah, Elden Ring, wave of gold. Wave of gold. Wave of gold.
Elden Ring. Here we go.
Elden Ring Wave of Gold is a special that is available for the Sacred Relic Sword. And it can...
Okay.
The Sacred Relic Sword scales primarily strength, faith, and dexterity. That could be a problem. What do you need to use it? Do I need to do my dexterity?
So...
dexterity of 24? Fuck my life.
24, faith 22, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I can probably respec for that, though. What does it... Where do you get it? The Sacred Relic can be found at the following location. Trade, Elden Remembrance, or who's got the fucking sword?
That's the in-game boss.
It's the end game boss?
That's the final boss, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yep.
Obtained by reward by defeating the Elden Beast at the Elden Throne.
At the Elden Throne, yeah.
Hell of a good sword.
This is the final fight of the game, yep.
Can you imagine doing New Game Plus with that sword? That would be the easiest game. Just...
see... Potentially, maybe.
Or maybe not. I don't know.
Because there's a similar thing in Dark Souls 3 where you get the fuck, what's that sword called? I'm gonna look it up just because who cares, right?
Yeah, just look it up.
Dark Souls 3 in-game sword. Make the game too easy. Who gives a shit? In-game weapons. Here we go. Hello, click the link. Yeah, no, that's not. It's a forum post.
That's always fun.
Oh, of course. Oh, the Farron Greatsword is a good sword, though. Dark Sword, Black Knight, Great Axe, blah, blah, blah. Moonlight Greatsword, obviously. Long sword. Where is it? Not the Profane Greatsword. Not that. Not a Claymore. Also, no. Wall 39. It's not even on here. Dark Souls 3. What the fuck is it? I think it is the coiled sword. Okay, yeah. So it pretty much switches abilities depending on. I don't know. I have the name Firelink Greatsword. There it is. Yeah. So you need in order to wield 20 strength, 10 dex, 10 faith. Yeah. And then 10 whatever the hell that other stat is. But it switches like attacks between like magic and sword. Like it's awesome. It sucks when it's used against you again during the final boss fight, but it's amazing otherwise.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to stick with my Knight in Flame sword then.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be
till I get to the end game. But yeah, you should really and then chuck in your levels into that because it scales really well with. I think it's intelligence and faith as well, but I think I've got mine up to like 30, and the sword is good.
Yeah,
gives you a faster option, I guess, than the greatsword because I'm guessing the greatsword's a bit clunky, like because it's a greatsword. It's not the fastest thing in the world, I imagine.
It's not the fastest thing, but the damage output is incredible.
I bet it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, that has been Tales of the Tarnished, a special podcast with me and Mr. Vince Haley, looking back at some of the Elden Ring stuff that we've done so far, and I'm sure on next week's podcast, which will be on Thursday, I believe, we'll be diving into more detail of what we've been up to. Because apparently there's other games out, Vince, but I don't know about this.
There are?
Yeah, apparently. Well, GTA's out now.
Oh, that is the thing that happened, huh?
Yeah, that people are not happy about.
Are they not?
No. The main complaint is it's the same as the other GTAs, and I'm like, it is just a remaster.
Yeah.
It's not a new GTA. Yeah, obviously. It's a bit of a shame that they're charging people. But
oh, yeah. Like what? Even though it's on sale now, it's like $10 or 20 depending on the platform.
Yeah, and till June, and then it goes up to full price.
Yeah, that's a bit of a fuck you, I guess. But
don't get me wrong, I will get it, Vince. I'm not ashamed to admit it. But yeah, it's a bit of a fuck you.
Bit of a fuck you.
But we will be back streaming hopefully this week. What we play, we don't know. We have some more Back for Blood we have to try and finish Back for Blood.
Yeah, we do have to.
Yeah. It might be weird playing a different game, but we will be back streaming soon. But I just want to say thank you to Vince. Thank you for joining us and giving me all that lore and knowledge.
Oh, you are more than welcome, Adam.
Thank you very much. And thank you for joining us and watching us live. You can head over to YouTube to see some of our other videos as well. Look back at some of the catalogue because there's been a lot of videos. Campaign modes, like Sunday Funday Challenge. They're all over there for you to be able to watch. And some of our old Newsbreak videos. Man, Newsbreak will be back soon. Like when we're getting into... we're getting close, Vince. Close to
E3, right?
E3s and PAX and all of them. So you got a State of Play tomorrow. Like,
do we?
There's a State of Play tomorrow, but it's a special Hogwarts Legacy one.
Oh, yikes!
Yeah, don't know if that needs a State of Play, but
I don't think it does.
But
I mean, at this point, listen. Here's the thing, right? With as many Horizon Forbidden West ads as I've been getting on Twitter, PlayStation really seems desperate to bring back that conversation from Elden Ring. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, yeah, they're trying to say, hey guys, remember this other game's out there? Like, and I'm guilty of it. Like, I love Horizon Forbidden West. Have not touched it since I started playing Elden Ring.
Yeah,
Like,
this is why I saved Horizon until after I finish Elden Ring. But even still, I'm probably gonna need a gap game because going from one open world like Elden Ring to something like Horizon's probably not gonna let me enjoy that game as much as I should.
true, but I would also like to. I think it'll heighten your experience visually, because when you
Oh,
start
I'm
playing that
sure.
game, you're
Yeah.
like, "Fuck me, this is a beautiful game." Like,
Oh,
but
no doubt.
then you'll be with all the waypoints on the map and everything. You'll be like, "What is this?" Like,
What's this shit on my screen right now?
turn off the hood. But yeah, no. So I've got that to go back to. I've got there's so much to do, so little time. But anyway, so you can head over there. Head over to Twitter at CrabShifty, which was perfectly plugged by Vince earlier, to keep up to date with everything there. Or you can stay here on Twitch and watch everything as we record it live for your viewing pleasure. But until then, everybody, stay shifty.